visuals, and welcome to the channel. Welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we talk about anything Knuckles, Ugandan Knuckles. This is the way. Not really. If you've stumbled across this video and you're watching this poor excuse of a human being chatting shit, it's fine. Don't worry. It's not you. It's definitely me. To the regular viewers, you're thinking, Dad, why are you in this low light and shitty, crappy shenanigans? I'm having a bit of a nightmare. I said it yesterday, Super Wednesday. My tripod's decided to just absolutely snap, and I've got work soon. I need to record the vids today, and it's just I'm balancing it to fuck. I've got a book, I've got a fucking Funko Pop box. I've got everything under here to try and keep everything balanced, and it's not working, so I'm going to roll with it anyway. What a great way to bring in new subscribers. You're going to turn on and be like, what the fuck is this fat dickhead in a little dark room saying? 40-year-old virgin, get fucked. But no, to be fair as well, actually, I am going to do a mega rearrange because I've got a new bed, and this isn't a massively huge room, so I need to rearrange and whatnot. But we're here to talk about Pokemon anyway, visuals. The show must still go on, and we're here to talk about Pokemon. More importantly, we're here to talk about Pokemon Go, because big question. Fuck me, it sounded like somebody just went through a house. That's probably threw me off. Way to build the suspense there, pal. Is Pokemon Go dead? Because this is a question that I have battled internally for the last couple of months now. I've got a few things that I still like and don't like and whatnot about it, and I just thought, you know what, let's bring it to you guys, because obviously it's dropped off like everything in the world, no matter what it is, the fandom and the people that love it and whatnot, the popularity, everything drops off, and you're left with like the hardcore following, the people that adore it. And I absolutely adore Pokemon. We spoke about we even did a video about my favorite things about Pokemon. Pokemon Go was the very least favorite. I remember when this game first came out, and I'll check before we carry on. Here's your one. It's probably just gonna be more of a talky, ranty, weird video. It's one of them. Every now and then we like to check them up and be all serious. We sit back in our chair, we stroke our horribly well ungroomed ginger beard, and we smoke a hypothetical and invisible pipe. And we do that every now and then with our glasses. So it's going to be one of them vids. The offence is not there if you decide to wander off. I completely don't blame you. But Pokemon Go, when it first came out, it was so much fun. It was so epic to get together with your friends and wander around and just catch Pokemon. It didn't quite feel like it was the real world. And obviously there was a lot of issues to start off with, servers crashing and whatnot. The early... year, maybe even 2 years, the game was hit with a lot of bugs and a lot of waves, a lot of stuff they'd promised that they hadn't brought in yet, the battling, and for a while, the gym system and how everything works was a little bit odd and funny. But no, it was amazing. It was a great way for Pokemon not necessarily to be reinvented, but to be get a new breath of fresh air in it, because before that it was still just the regular hardcore fans. It was a good way to bring people in. I don't know if this is true anymore, if it's changed, but I think it's still the most downloaded game on the Apple Store and the Play Store and whatnot of all time. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I'm sure at one stage it was either the most quickest downloaded game or the highest downloaded game ever, some shit like that. And it was fun, going from Gen 1, getting your Pidgey into a Pidgeot, getting your first starter evolved, finding that rare Pokemon, Dratini, doing all the crazy shenanigans. Then we took ages to get the legendaries to come out. New Dexes were coming out before legendaries out. I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? We get the battling, which is one of the key components that I do still enjoy. I enjoy the battling, even though it's not a proper Pokemon battle with real strategy. It's strategy in terms of Pokemon because it's tap, 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 knowing what Pokemon's going to use against you. So if they come up with, I don't know, Melmetal gets used a lot. He's usually got Rock Slide or a Superpower, knowing what you can tank. The Dragonites, there's a lot of them, the Hiriamas and the Scizors and stuff. So there is tactic to know what moves they're going to use and how they're going to use them and what your Pokemon can take and whatnot. But it's not a proper fun Pokemon battle. Lowering their accuracy, bringing your special defense up a bit more, or double battles using other Pokemon's moves against each other. Rainstorm and with thunder and shit like that. Fucking Rainstorm, Rain Dance. The proper tactical and competitive side of the actual Pokemon battling real Pokemon is just so much way better than Pokemon Go. Pokemon, like I said, it's fun, and I like recording the videos, but it's, oh, tap, 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 ah, you beat me this time, okay, you hit it, should I shield or not? Tap, 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 yeah, I beat you, are you gonna shield? We get it, it is fun, I like to do it, but it's only can stay that awesome for ages. That's why they keep changing stuff up, I think, like, you know, they've had like the Little Cup or the Kanto Cup and stuff like that. And the gameplay itself, it's still fine, you know, the whole point of, you get up, okay, there's a fucking, I don't know, there's a Jingmo over there, let's go and get one. That part become really annoying because the world, well, Niantic, I think they forgot that the world was getting a hell of a lot more lazy. And when they were like, okay, you've got to go all the way for raid, you've got to go all the way for that, and you're like, oh my god. And the stressfulness, oh my god, remember raid days and shit like that? So like you'd have the, whatever it was, 3 hours or 2 hours, and legendaries would be everywhere, and you choose a course, you go with it. Oh my god, you just wanted to meet up with a friend, grab a coffee and slowly play Pokemon Go, but you'd have the fucking people that are like, march forward! March onto the left! March, we done, time up! March forward! And I'm like, jeez, this is not going to be fun. Can we not relax a little bit? Let's just chill out. Yeah, so I could have swore I had a ghost. So that sort of stuff was annoying. But then they brought in remote raid battles because of COVID and whatnot. And that was a lot better. Purely because if I was at work and there was a raid on, I'm thinking, I can't get to this, but I'm on break here. Can anyone send us an invite? That was so much better. It's so much easier. People that have hard times, I don't know, maybe there's somebody disabled or there's somebody that's living at home with terrible anxiety or, you know, social anxiety, or something that they don't find it comfortable going out and about, or be, any reason, whatever it may be. It fucking finally give them, hang on a second, get these remote raids, and away we go. We can do it that way. Yes, they charge money, but fair enough. It's a business. It's a freemium game. They want to make money. We understand that. But that was such a better way of doing it, as well as the legendary crack. It always annoyed me that you needed. Okay, see, for me, being an OG Pokemon fan from day dot, the whole point was you complete the story on your own as an isolated trainer up against the teams. Because I didn't even like the team systems, because usually we know teams in Pokemon to be the bad guys. And I always thought, oh, join a team, am I a bad guy here? Because some of the heads of the teams look a little bit iffy to me. They look like they could be, you know, team leaders of the evil organizations, you know, Galactics and the Plasmas and stuff. But yeah, the solo journey of it all, and then at the end, your reward being beating the Elite Four, becoming Pokemon Master, getting the Legendary, all by yourself. But the fact that you needed a certain amount of people, because I remember when Lugia first came out, I think it was Lugia and Articuno were the first 2 Legendaries to come out, I think. And I remember doing a Lugia raid, and at the time my nephew was playing, I can't remember what he was now, and he was so excited, come on, let's go smash this Lugia. And we couldn't get it done. We had to just stand there looking at our phones like, well, what do we do here? Like, you want to look at, we've got to wait. It's too reliant on I get it. I've made so many friends. I've met so many cool people from playing Pokemon Go, which is freaking awesome. And I love that aspect of it. But you should be able to go solo shit if needs be. I mean, Pokemon is primarily, yes, Ash goes on adventures with Misty and Brock and everybody else. But it's all still a solo adventure when he gets to the gyms, when he gets to the Elite Four. I mean, he become champion of Alola by solo. I feel like the game relied too much on team stuff, which again, like I said, it's fun, it is cool, but it needs to be a solo adventure ultimately, because it is a solo game. You, your team, away you go. That is your team. That is your gathering, your team. Now, like I said, see, when they do these announcements now for Pokemon Go, they're like, oh, for Gen 6, the Kalos region Pokemon finally entered. I'm like, how can I get excited? Because another thing that's brought this question on for me is Scarlet and Violet is what, 2 months, September, a couple of months away. We are so close to Scarlet and Violet. And yeah, we have to get excited because I can go catch a fucking Inkay. I'm like, oh, come on. Like I said, if people still love the game, that's awesome. I'm glad people out there still smashing it. And I still do play it every day. I send my gifts, I do my daily catch, I do a couple of battles and that every day. But when a new raid comes out or whatever, like the Ultra Beasts come out long ago, and usually I'd be like, okay, shit, invite please, invite. Now I'm like, can't be bothered. because I've already got multiples and shinies of the Ultra Beast. So, and maybe it's because that. Maybe it's because a lot of Pokemon Go players maybe just stick with Pokemon Go, and that this is all amazing. Obviously, it's a different perspective and mindset. It could be the case. I know people that only got introduced for Pokemon through Pokemon Go. I introduced somebody that I used to work with into Pokemon Go. He hated it. He thought it was weird and mental that I played it. Now he adores it. So them things are cool and whatnot. So it is just obviously a perspective thing. I've played with Pokemon my entire life, and so you can maybe see why Pokemon Go is a bit stale. Kind of the same effect as the TCGs. Back in the day, you would, oh my god, you would fucking die to get a holo. You'd be like, holo, holo. See, now when you pull a holo, you're like, ah, bastard. It could have at least been a, you know, a V half art or whatnot, or could have got a full art or a rainbow or a secret. You get the holos now and you're like, ugh, it's old news. So I wonder if that's kind of the same sort of thing as the Pokemon Go, you know. Oh, Gen 6 is here. Oh, by the way, we're sneaking into Sword and Shield a little bit. We've got Zamazenta and Zacian, even though we're skipping almost the fucking Gen 7 there. We've jumped into Gen 8 and they're starting to mix it. It feels like they're trying to keep up. And another thing is, I get why they're doing that, because they want the game to last a while, because they're making a lot of money off it and whatnot. And another key factor is, Niantic are making a Marvel game. We saw the announcement at D23. It just said Marvel, somebody on the phone, Niantic. What does this mean? What kind of game is it? I don't know, but I can guarantee now, if this game comes out and it looks anything epic, I probably will be uninstalling Pokemon Go and going for the Marvel one. Purely because they're the two things in life that I absolutely friggin' adore. I mean, as well as Newcastle United and shit like that. But they're up there as, you know, my top 5 things that I absolutely adore. And every day for me, it's Pokemon. Whether I'm constantly starting new games, I'm constantly doing stuff on Sword and Shield, or going for a quick shiny hunt, or doing whatever. I'm interacting with Pokemon every day. Marvel games per se, not so much yet. Spider-Man's, it's not Marvel DC, but the Batman games. There's some new stuff coming out soon. We know the announcement of the Captain America Black Panther game. So as a game, I think the Marvel one might be slightly better. And I don't know how it's, because obviously you don't catch Marvel characters. I don't know what they can do. And maybe it is shit, because it all depends on whether I join Marvel now and just sack Pokemon Go off. I don't know, but we're going to see. That one's going to be interesting. It's unfair to say Pokemon Go is dead. That's why I'm posing the question, is Pokemon Go dead? Because anybody that's unlucky enough to stumble across this video and stick it out to the end, you might think, nah, Pokemon Go's still thriving, because it's awesome to get a newer generation involved of kids and whatnot, get involved in Pokemon Go. Amazing, wicked. And like I said, it's awesome to meet people. I'm sure there's friendships been made that will last a lifetime now because of this, and that stuff's insane. But personally, from a long-term Pokemon fan, well, a lifetime Pokemon fan, and I would call myself a hardcore fan. It's something about it's just for the last maybe even a year, it's just felt so very stale. Like the community days, I don't even get excited for anymore. I'm like, ugh, right, community day, and I don't know, everything about it's just a little bit odd. I don't know where we are with that. And like I said, the Marvel announcement, Scarlet and Violet's on the way, because as soon as Scarlet and Violet's are out, I will not pick up Pokemon Go probably until I've smashed through them. So, hey, visuals. Maybe this time next week I'll have changed my mind and completely fell back in love with it. The Pokemon Go TCG set was actually better than I thought as well. I thought it was going to be a bit of a meh set, but really friggin' enjoyed that. And I think a lot of the big creators were doing Pokemon Go stuff years and years ago, weren't they? And even they sort of, when the hype died down and they won't get as many views, they're like, yeah, nah, it's not for me. I know it's a funny old one. That's why I want to put it out there. Maybe some of you can bring up some points and I'll be like, actually, no, that's a good point or whatever. Because remember, I am a fucking idiot. And everybody watching this, all 2 of you, are so much smarter than me. But visuals, we'll leave it there. Very ranty video. I do apologise. But visuals, next week we'll be back to normal. Promise you, we'll be back to proper. I've got my fucking light. Look, it's not even fucking working properly. You go right close, see, you can see brightness there. Visuals, thanks for watching. Remember to keep being you and keep out. Keeping out.